This is a special report from ReportUSA.com. Dateline August 26th. In a few days, the Senate is set to vote on Medicaid expansion. These protesters have assembled in front of the Birmingham Athletic Club for State Senator Jim Marleau. The governor, along with donors, are expected to attend. The problem is that many, if not most, of Senator Marleau's contributors seem to be attached to the health insurance industry. The industry sees a chance to cash in as Medicaid expands. Here, Dennis Marburger explains what the protest is about.
I'm here because America's healthcare system has been broken by over 100 years of political interference and government manipulation. As medical fascism, we don't need it. Medicaid expansion is very bad for Michigan families, for healthcare freedom, and for the future of our children. So, in order to have liberty, we have to get rid of government interference in medicine. We need separation of healthcare and state, so peaceful, voluntary cooperation can heal the system broken by politics. And we're here to say no to Medicaid expansion. We cannot afford Medicaid expansion on any level, and we need our state senators, including Senator Marleau, Senator Papa George, Senator Robertson, and Senator Colwell, to all vote no. We need Governor Snyder to go in a different direction. Instead of forcing more government interference on us, we need Governor Snyder to lead the charge, to uphold the oath of office, and to uphold the Constitution, and to have nullification of all unconstitutional federal actions. That's what the state government is supposed to be doing, and that's why we're here to help enforce the Constitution, the rule of law, and to promote a free society with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
At a recent Birmingham Bloomfield Republican Club meeting, Senator Marleau made these brief comments about Medicaid expansion, and then was asked by Dennis Marburger about the possibility of the state of Michigan joining the ever-expanding state nullification movement. Fortunately, ReportUSA.com cameras were there.
It's budget time up in Lansing right now, and that's what everything is all about right now. It's the budgets. The two things that haven't happened yet is what are we going to do with the expansion of the Medicaid. It looks to me like that one's crashing and burning, and nothing's going to happen there.
All right. Well, Senator, here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
We see all the details that are really bad,
mm-hmm.
and we see when we look in the Constitution, of course, that document, there's no authority delegated to the feds to be involved in this at all. So now we have states that are rising up and saying, no. How about we just cut the Gordian knot? And I know it takes courage and leadership, but Michigan has a great tradition when they put the Fugitive Slave Act and that sort of thing. So the Michigan legislature could say no, joining other legislatures and do the right thing and probably do well politically too, to do what James Madison said, will arrest the evil by interposing, or actually nullifying this case, with federal health care freedom acts and saying we will nullify and have no Obamacare in our state. How's that for an idea?
Well, it's a great idea, because if I was had the opportunity of been elected and been in Washington, I would have never voted for Obamacare. Okay, so the problem is that, but we also watched what the federal Supreme Court gave us, and they basically didn't make a whole lot of changes in the plan at all. I mean, they referred to it as a tax, as about as much as they gave us. Okay, so the problem is that it's very difficult. The states, what they can do is they'll hold your money back. We get $15 billion a year in health care from the feds. I'm sorry, 13. The department is 15. So us here in the room and the rest of us put up $2 billion, and the rest of it comes, from the federal government. And the problem is that when you don't play in the sandbox, they just cut you off.
Right. So of course, their money comes from us to begin with. So they got us, and somehow we got to cut the Gordian knot, but it's going to be painful.
It's really painful.
It's
At another meeting, Senator Papa George was asked by me, John Irvine, why Michigan was not joining the lawsuit that points out that Obamacare was converted to a tax bill by Judge Roberts, and tax bills must originate in the House, and Obamacare originated in the Senate.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, when Judge Roberts said the fine was a tax, it should have automatically made the thing unconstitutional, because the bill originated in the Senate, and tax bills all have to originate in the House.
Yeah.
So why? I know there's a major lawsuit in Texas over this. Why aren't states like Michigan challenging that?
I don't know if Michigan has signed up for that yet.
I have one other question too.
But you're absolutely right. See, again, don't forget what I'm telling you. We're all trying to figure out what's the best way to do this thing in without assisting it, because it's going to collapse eventually.
Right.
The rules, it started out as a 2,000-page law. It now has 20,000 pages of rules to implement it, and they're not done. In fact, there's a very good possibility that they're going to delay everything a year because they can't sort it out what they're doing. It's screwed up. It's bad.
At a previous demonstration, David Dutenhofer, with Campaign for Liberty, had this warning for state senators thinking about voting for Medicaid expansion.
We're also here to protest Obamacare because, in a sense, if you implement Medicaid expansion in the states, that is part of what is required to implement Obamacare. So we're here opposing essentially both. But today we want to send a message to the state senators and to the governor that if you pass this, we will cut off our support for you, we will campaign against you, we will primary you. We will actively campaign against you. So I hope that message gets out loud and clear to the public. We're serious about this, and this is our line in the sand issue. So thank you for filming this. Thanks for coming out.
Here at ReportUSA.com, we want to thank you for watching. We encourage you to contact your state senator. We are going to end this video with comments from all of the demonstrators. We encourage you to go to our free subscription page and join us. We have great things planned in our ongoing fight for liberty. This is John Irvine, wishing you all a great day.
Dave Lonier, Auburn Hills, opposed to the healthcare Medicaid expansion, exchange, and I'm here to let people know, particularly Snyder and Shostak and the other Republicans who seem to think they're Democrats, let them know that we are Republicans and we want our health care to be under the control of the people, not government. We don't want any government. We don't want any federal handouts, and that's why I'm here protesting.
I'm here to protest against the Medicaid expansion, which will allow Obamacare to wreak havoc on our health insurance system. And we're specifically giving a message to Senator Marleau that his selling us out to Obama for 30 pieces of silver will not be tolerated, and there will be repercussions.
I'm here to stop the expansion of Medicaid and Obamacare. I'm here because I think there's too much fraud in Medicaid already. We don't need to expand more fraud.
Here because I oppose Medicaid expansion. It's a foothold for Obamacare, and we can't allow it.
I would rather give an OMI than a BMI. OMI being the Obama Misery Index.
We elected a Republican governor, a Republican state senate, a Republican state house, and now they're in bed with the Obama administration trying to shove Obamacare down our throats.
It's like it comes down to the fact that we're $17 trillion in debt, and we've got a big enough hole without digging more by adding Medicaid expansion to the mix. It's like we'll never get out of this. We just keep digging more and more.
Roger, and I don't like Democrats or Medicaid expansion. It's a bad thing for not only Michigan, but the U.S. of A.
So you in favor of Obamacare?
Oh, definitely not. I have been against Obamacare from day one.
Yeah?
Just the worst thing in the world.
Why is it bad?
It's unconstitutional, and it's not going to work. It's the name alone, the Affordable Care Act, Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act. There's no way it doesn't protect patients, and it's not affordable. All the promises that were made about it are now falling by the wayside.
So you don't think socialism works? No.
I'm supporting Senator Patrick Holbeck's free market solution. There are other ways to handle helping people with their insurance, and it's been proven in some states like Oklahoma and other places where they have free market solution, where the doctors are working with the patients And I think there really needs to be a catastrophic plan for these young people. They don't need everything. They're healthy, but they need a catastrophic plan instead of throwing it in. New Jersey, they'll pay $5,000 to $6,000 a year. In states like, from what I understand, Michigan right now, if they can get a catastrophic plan for $1,000. We need to keep those kind of things and think outside the box, not sell Michigan's soul.
Medicare expansion is not for us. It will only increase the problems we already have with Medicaid. And that's my opinion.
Chris Meister, I'm with the Troy Area Tea Party, and I'm here because any federal money is stolen from our kids. So I'm here to stand up for our kids and grandkids.
Why are you two ladies here?
We're here so that Obamacare does not expand, and Medicaid is one way to bring it into Michigan and expand it. And we're doing it for the younger generation so they won't have this on their shoulders.
I would concur that it's a very good response. I also would say that it's not, there are choices, and healthcare does need reform, but Obamacare and the Medicaid expansion is not the most frugal or wise way to do it.
And the bill.
And there is a new bill, Senate Bill 460. It's on the site too.
Yeah.
Senate Bill 460, which gives choices. And to be honest, I haven't read it in depth, but there is free market solutions in this bill, which I have unfortunately not read.
And they are voting on that when?
Is it this week?
Yeah, I think it is this week.
So there's options, and we need reform, but let's make them healthy and fiscally sound reform.
Because this Medicaid is going to be for 3 years. The government's going to finance it. What happens after 3 years? Who is going to fund it after it expands?
And there's no guarantee even those 3 years. It could be, if there's lack of funds, would that promise be broken?
Right.
So you guys think that free markets work better than socialism?
Yes.
Yes.
Free markets and tort reform. We've got to help the doctors out. Get tort reform in there. And nowhere do they address tort reform.
Okay. You agree with that?
I would agree with that, definitely.
Okay, thank you.
You're so welcome.